If only every beginner trading course started off by showing you what the real trading journey looks like. The struggle, the challenges that you would have to overcome to become a profitable trader. Maybe some people won't quit so fast. Maybe some people will put in their best effort from the beginning and it will make it a less painful journey. In this video, I'll be sharing the challenges I have faced and what every trader must go through in order to be consistently profitable, so that you can set the right expectations and not quit trading too early. Most traders start off their trading journey one of two ways: the self-directed path or finding an influencer online. The self-directed path involves maybe reading books, articles, watching YouTube videos, and trial and error in your own time. The influencer path, where it's quite different. You find an influencer online through social media, you join their Discord, follow their strategy, eventually they upsell you and you pay for their course or mentorship. Everything clicks, you feel like you're good to go. You start trading with real money. You have some early wins and early success, and you're hopeful that yes, trading is for you and you can quit your 9 to 5 or whatever the goal is for you, financial freedom, buying a house, buying a car, and you'll finally eventually hit with what we all go through, the reality check of trading, where you finally take that big loss or you start losing because you don't know what you're doing and you're dealing with so many things all at once that you don't really understand and you have not had to deal with in real life. And that brings you to the struggle phase. The struggle phase of trading that most people online don't really quite explain in detail. They tell you things like trading would destroy you, trading would make you cry, you would have depression, anxiety. They'll say so many things before you can be profitable. All they're trying to say is that you will go through these 4 main challenges that I'm about to discuss and share with you. If you stay to the end of this video, you understand why you're having trouble, how you can fix them, and you hopefully will leave this video feeling hopeful that you can continue to persevere and not quit while you're very close to success. The first challenge I'm going to be talking about is emotional control. Emotional control is challenging because the market is based on fear and greed. In trading, you would feel fear of missing out, fear of losses, and greed. Greed, human beings are greedy by nature. And I just want to say that emotions are not a bad thing. It's good that we feel emotions. Emotions are signals. You don't have to be emotionless. Emotions are signals that you are not yourself and maybe you would make mistakes under this condition. So if you feel fear of missing out, instead of going to your computer and then taking a random trade that does not align with 1, what you learned, and 2, what is working. So I just want to say that emotions are not a bad thing. Emotions are signals that something needs to be addressed. Think of it that way. So when you feel fear of missing out, it's because your body's telling you, hey, we feel like, oh, we're missing out on something for whatever reason, that this could be, there's no other opportunity in the market. The market has endless opportunities. So it's a signal, and usually what happens when you feel fear and greed is what you should be paying attention to. You shouldn't feel bad because you feel fear or greed. It's, okay, what is this telling me? You first figure out the why. Why am I feeling this way? What is this telling me? And how can I use it to my advantage? So instead of thinking, oh, FOMO, oh, let me just go jump in the trade, no stop loss, no guide, and then you regret it afterwards. Or fear of losses, you average down and you have no risk management. Or greed, you don't take profit and then you spiral. All these things, you have to understand the why and then what that signal is telling you and how to tackle these things effectively. Journaling and getting data and understanding what that data is telling you. So when you journal, journaling can look like, oh, how did I feel before I took a trade? How did I feel during the trade? It's very important. And how did I feel after the trade? What I do is that I journal how I feel before, how I feel after, and how I feel during the trade. And I also record myself because sometimes you could forget how you actually felt. But when you record yourself and you see how you're behaving, maybe you want to enter into the screen, you know that, okay, what does that mean? You take notes, you document it. What documenting does is that you start to see a pattern. And when you notice, okay, when I feel fear, I tend to jump into trades or take random trades. So next time, what I would do is when I feel fear, I will write down what I feel. I won't act. I would get out, go take a walk. Actually, opening a door and passing through a door does wonders to your psychology. But I'll explain that in a separate video. So finding guardrails, not just making aimless rules that do not tackle your specific problem. The thing is that most people just make rules, including myself. I used to do it, make rules that they were not applicable to me. They didn't make sense to me because I didn't have the data to see why I was doing certain things that I was doing. The next thing that you would tackle as a trader is risk management. Risk management. I made a video about how to manage your risk while you trade options. So you can check out that video to help you with your risk management while trading and position sizing errors that most people make while trading options. Another challenge that people have with risk management is when to scale up, when to increase the amount that you're trading with. Some people feel like, okay, just after having maybe a week or two of good trading, they can double the position size. I find that that's very tempting and it could make or break your progress. Why? When I had a good string of wins, $1,000 day, 4-figure month, a voice in my head kept on telling me, double your risk, you can make $400, $500 a day. And fortunately for me, I saw Rake Trade's story where he posted, sometimes you could have a good day, good week, and you're tempted to size up. When that temptation comes, don't do it. And lucky for me, I didn't do it because it doesn't end well for a lot of traders. Why? Because you're not mentally prepared to handle the loss that comes with scaling up. In order to scale up, you need to lose more. So how to effectively scale up, how I plan on scaling up is that right now I trade anywhere from 3 to 4 contracts, right? Barely even 4. I'll say I trade 3 option contracts. When I want to scale up, I'll go to 4, then go to 5, and then go to 6. I'm not going to go from 3 to 8 because that does doubles my risk. And I don't think I'm ready to stomach a $500 loss on one trade. I can stomach a $500 day, maybe from 2 losing trades, but from one trade, it's a different psychology because it means that's my max loss for the day. I can't even take another trade because that loss could just increase. Next thing I'm down 1,000. So you need to be mentally ready before you can scale up. And there's a mental battle that comes with that as well. So and the thing is, don't get me wrong, you don't solve these problems like, oh, emotional control solved. Okay, let me solve risk management. You're solving all of them at the same time. So you need to be patient with yourself. It's not going to happen in 1 week or 2 weeks. And while you're battling all these things, you're also trying to find consistency in your strategy and your entries and your exits, making sure you're taking the same trades every single day because that's how you get better. Trading is pattern recognition and acting. You see the same pattern, you see the same conditions, you take the trade, you manage your risk. So if you're strategy hopping, it's hard to find what works. It will be hard to find exactly what works. If your entries are different each time, it's hard. If you notice that when you enter a trade, next thing you're red or it stops you out, you have to look, okay, well, how am I entering my trades? Is my entry model like consistent? Another thing that you struggle with is over trading as well, because when you start to see consistency, you might be impatient. I want to double your account quick. Okay, I'm having green days. Once I take my first trade is green, so let me just try and take another one, and then next thing you're over trading, and then you give back your profits and you go into revenge trading mode. So you need rules. Like for me, I try to take 1 to 2 trades. Barely would you see me take a third trade, barely, but 1 to 2 trades, one and done, happy as a camper, and be grateful for what I got that day. Revenge trading is really tough. But when you have the maximum number of trades you can take a day, it can help guard you from revenge trading. And you have to be able to be true to your word. And it's hard because we're emotional beings, we act on impulse. There are a lot of things. You might be having psychology issues where you dwell on losses, so you try to avoid them. And dwelling on losses is tough because in trading you need to be able to move on. You need to be able to move on because you can't stay with low confidence. You can't be at that point where your confidence is low and then unfortunately for you, the market is trending and your strategy is working that period, and you're missing out on trades because you haven't recovered from the large loss due to your overtrading or revenge trading. Another thing that bites people in the ass, and this one in particular I struggled with, was overconfidence. I was doing well and I made a video about overconfidence and how I took a big loss on Tesla. I averaged down because I thought the setup was going to work. I got confidence. I was winning. I was on a winning streak. I had 2 green months, and then I got too confident and I wiped out my progress. I would never forget. It was in April. Overconfidence is something to be mindful for, because when you're overconfident, you're more prone to mistakes. You make more mistakes. How I solve overconfidence is not necessarily is I manage it. Is I monitor myself through journaling, how I feel after I win, after I have 6 green days and green weeks. I'm in check. How am I feeling? What are the thoughts coming to my mind? Am I getting creeping thoughts of, I want to make money today? Or how much can I make today? How much can I make this week? Can I increase my size? Take another trade? Those voices that come up, I take them as signals. And usually what I do is I take a day off and I do other things outside of trading to boost my dopamine and fill my cup in other areas of my life, so that I'm not so focused on, I need to make that money. I need to make more money in the markets, because it's disaster. So monitoring and journaling is very important. Comparison is the biggest thief of joy. And I feel like a lot of traders, including myself, are victims of this. You make $50, and then you go online and you see someone posted that they made 100,000, and probably maybe it's the same trade, it's the same setup, the same ticker, and you're comparing your journey. You're in year 1 and that person is probably in year 7. They have reached consistency. You've reached the path where things are moving smoothly for them, like this. They have bumps, but their P&L curve is like this. Meanwhile, you're still trying to figure it out. However your P&L curve looks, but you're still trying to figure it out, and you're comparing yourself. Comparison removes focus from yourself and onto them, and then you're chasing something. Whatever insecurity that brings up for you, it's all psychological. And I feel like a book that would help people is The Mental Game of Trading. Another book is Doing Hard Things. Another one that I read recently is Your Head is a Houseboat. Those 3 books help with emotional control and psychology. So make sure you read them. They're very good reads, and if you've read them, leave a comment below and tell me something that stuck with you. Eventually, after getting to a good point with emotional control, risk management, consistency, and psychology, you would eventually push through. But some people don't. They end up just giving up because they blew their account, or they lost motivation for trading, and maybe trading was just an escape for them, or whatever it was, but they left the market because it was too hard. They couldn't go through this process. But if you eventually stick through it and give yourself time and grace, and that's why I'm making this video, because I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that these are the things that we have to tackle, and you never really figure it out. It just gets better. You understand yourself better, and you're able to catch it, and the disasters are not as bad, because successful traders still have losses. No one's P&L is a straight line up. No one. They have dips, they take losses. The point is that it's controlled and you're able to manage it. At the growth phase, you see you're learning from your mistakes, you've developed some discipline, you're noticing certain things you used to do before, you don't do them anymore. You celebrate that. I used to FOMO. I used to take trades without managing my risk. I used to average down. I stopped doing that. You celebrate those things. I used to average down and I stopped doing it. And I'm celebrating those things. I had to work with a mental performance coach and a psychologist, a trading psychologist, to help me with averaging down, to understand why, and to be able to have compassion for myself and lower my expectations with what I was expecting from trading. You refine your strategy when you need to, not like hopping because someone else's strategy looked flashy. You add maybe to your strategy, you add things to get better. Every company, every business adds to their business strategy. They refine things, they try things based on the data in their journal. Whether you choose to use apps like TradeZilla or Excel or a notebook to track, just please track. Because if you don't track, then you're not able to even spot any of the things that I have shared in this video, and it will be difficult. You build good risk management, you're able to manage your risk, and you just have that moment where I know Rick Trades talks about it. It's like the Nike checkmark effect, where all of a sudden things just start to improve. It's almost like, and people are like, oh, overnight success. But no, you suffered, you went through it, you're going through it. The gag is, the truth here is, we don't figure it out. There's no destination. There's no, okay, we have arrived and we stop doing things. You always go through these challenges. Like I said, you continue to work through it, but the real deal is that you're consistent and everything clicks and you have emotional control, proper risk management, and you're reviewing and getting better. So my hope is that at the end of this video, you understand and you're able to just manage your expectations and be gentle with yourself, and you don't quit trading too soon until you've given it your best shot. You've worked on all these things, you've gotten the right help, you've read the books. Don't quit. Like, unless it's causing you self-harm, then I understand, but this is to give you hope to this journey can be rewarding, and I feel like we are all going through it together. I'm not saying I'm perfect or I figured it out. Like I said, we don't figure it out. The hope is that we just continue to build and work on these things, and we get to a point where we are consistently profitable over time. It doesn't have to happen this week or tomorrow. It's consistent profitability over time. The more you do it, I think we get better. I'm at this point where I am growing, I'm learning, I am currently still profitable, but I'm still working on getting consistent in identifying things and not making mistakes. And I know with time, and everyone watching this video on this channel will see my journey, because I will continue to post more videos sharing what I've learned, how I'm tackling it, and give you tips so that you can stay alive in this journey of trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you on the next one.